Hi, Prince.
Done and dusted. I mean, for the English, they've had their turn of events, etc., etc. Concentration now is on what we have to do. How has the team been building up? Recovery training, etc., etc. Walk us through the picture.
Yes, I think that obviously after every defeat, you feel that the mood around the camp is one of disappointment. But I think the mood around this camp in the Black Stars team
Yeah.
is one of expectancy.
Okay.
Because of what they did yesterday,
Okay.
it was a game that could have gone anywhere. We could have actually won the game, we could have actually drawn the game.
Okay.
We could have had something from the first shot. So the way we lost it is still giving the boys confidence. I've not seen heads drop in camp.
Okay.
And I've not necessarily seen moods change in camp. And the good news now is I've not also seen arguments or quarrel between technical teams and players acting up.
Okay.
The players are still focused and poised, looking ahead to the game that is coming. And today, the indication we get, the training, the recovery was close to the media, but obviously you have people in and around the team you can scoop from. The indication is that the players are all fit and they were happy to get back together. The technical team have had their meeting and also reviewing what they can do better. So the mood around the camp is positive. The boys have their heads high, and they look like they can't wait to go again.
But so it means that we are good to go for the game. Do we have any worries we should have headaches about, injuries, etc., etc.? I mean, how psyched are the team, are the boys, are the men, as it were? Because we all know that, look, our next game, it must be a win-win situation. Are we up for that?
Well, I mean, yeah, as Sitso rightly said, it's the countdown. So they have a timetable where they build up. So today was recovery, and recovery is more stretching. And what we will not see behind the scenes is the psychological aspect where individual players maybe talk to, they'll have group discussions, there'll be the medical briefing, they'll do this. And getting closer to the match on Monday, obviously that schedule, the intensity changes. But recovery is basically to make sure that everybody's okay after the encounter. Those who did not play also have their own because it's the psychological side and the physical side. Psyched up, absolutely. We had Alhaji Karim Bruiser this morning telling us that they've spoken to the boys, everybody's fine, everybody's good. The captain, Andre Dideayu, leading by example, in good, positive mood. The rest of the players, what they will not do is to talk too much. At this stage, they really don't want to talk. And it's normal. After a defeat, players don't really want to talk unless it's mandatory. They have to do it as part of their job. Grant interviews to the media. That is mandatory. That is, it's compulsory by FIFA. Beyond that, they don't want to talk too much unnecessarily. But what you find that from Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, that timetable again kicks in. And then the schedule to kick off on Monday will be known.
All right. So basically, what you're trying to let Ghanaians know, in principle, is that all is well in camp. There are no headaches that we need to worry about. They need to psych themselves up. We need to get ourselves back into the stride, as it were. And from the recovery training, it looks like there's a smile on the faces of everyone. But again, what from the technical point of view, if you've had any chat, personal or otherwise, with the technical men, what are they telling us? What plan do they have in place for the team?
Well, they've been very tight-lipped, to be honest. Not many people, or not many in the technical team have had a lot to say.
Okay.
But the impression I get, I mean, when I talk about impression, then it's about general conversations you have around the place.
Sure.
Is that they do realize that there were aspects of the game, not throughout the 90 minutes, but there were aspects of the game that Ghana did really play well. And it's the positives from that game that they are picking to prepare the team for what is to come. And I also like the reaction from the technical team. Nobody's looking like they are beaten. None of them absolutely is looking like they are beaten because, as the coach said in the post-match conference, he believes that a penalty shouldn't have been a penalty. And he believes that there were referee decisions that really didn't go in Ghana's favor. And he's thinking that these fine margins could have played a big part, or played a big part in why Ghana didn't win or take anything from the game. And all of them are still very bubbly around the place. There's something I saw today that I'll just let you in on it. Osman Bukhari scored Ghana's second goal yesterday. and bounced into Ronaldo's famous celebration for the Su. And when it was after dinner, when he was getting out of the restaurant or their eating place, the coach Utuado and some other players were around, and they teased him with a celebration. They actually called him Su, and then all of them burst into laughter. And then one of the players saying that instead of you to pick the ball, you were celebrating, and they were all having the fun about it. So you have a sense that they are trying, the technical team know that there's a defeat, but they are trying so hard to find a way of making the players feel positive about themselves, because there are still games to be won, and those games, when they are won, could completely change the face of the competition for Team Ghana.
But can we also spare a moment to talk about the influence of the fans who are there in Qatar with you? Of what significance has it been so far? The fans who have traveled from far and near, they are there at the stadium with you. Are they also giving them that moral initiative, that moral support that the team needs for further advancement?
Yeah, I mean, Prince, we all saw those images, where thousands, not hundreds, but thousands of fans came to meet the Black Stars upon arrival. Yep. And you ask the players, and they say, wow, we didn't know there were so many Ghanaian supporters already in Qatar. Okay. That gave them a different psyche, even before others, flew in to join them a day or a night before the match itself. They know there's huge support. And on the match day against Portugal, thousands of Ghanaian fans. I would say it was probably 50-50. And the Portuguese are good travelers. They travel all over the world for, the European Championships and what have you, friendly matches. They are good travelers. They prepare very well. They're probably one of the better organized, European traveling fans. So for them to be engaged in the Ghanaians in terms of the support in the stadium, you could visibly see Ghanaians when Ghana had chances, when Ghana scored, the celebrations in and out of the stadium. And here's one thing too, after the match, the Black Stars have lost, yes, everybody's disappointed. But even an hour, 2-3 hours after the match, the fans were still, singing, Jama, having fun. It's a World Cup experience. And that's what these English fans earlier, whom we spoke to, they're here for the World Cup. Yes, they support England, but it's the World Cup experience that a lot of the Ghanaian fans are also beginning to understand. Even though they're following the Black Stars, they support the Black Stars, they want the World Cup experience, and the players can connect. They may not see them every day, but they know, and social media, and it's been kind. We've not had some of the nasty and ugly, media campaign by groups, fans, media. It's been quite positive, as Sitso said, with this defeat. And one thing we also have to understand is that for the players, it's it. That's it. They're not going to talk about Portugal again. Psychologically, they've moved on. Maybe the fans be tweeting, social media, radio, the media talking about it. But for the players, it's gone. There's nothing they can do about that match. They need to focus now on Korea. And they only have a few days for those preparations to be absolutely ready for what's going to be a very difficult test.
Well, Yaw, Sitso, you've done everything, and Ghanaians are very grateful for all the updates that you're giving to us, and of course, we'll be coming your way again. There's more that we would want to learn from the senior national team, the Black Stars. But let's all keep hope alive, and we believe strongly that on Monday, it would be a different story. Many thanks for getting through to us all the way from Qatar. It's over 2 a.m., I know, in Qatar, and you guys need some sleep. Sitso has been blinking here, there, and everywhere, so I know. Sitso, have a very good night. Yaw, we'll talk to you later.
I'm going to do.
All right, so we're talking to our colleagues out there.